live with Captain Hires with Miss Irwin coming in with Safe Kids. So I just want to thank everyone who's come to the school and worked with our kids. But all of our seniors and juniors are getting to go through this program. I think it's going to pay off.
If you just joined us, Bill Adams, high school principal, in the studios with us, talking about some things going on at the high school. Another thing that was just implemented by the Board of Education, they've got the drug dogs coming in. You said they've already been here one time. Tell us about that program and how you think that's going to have an impact at the school.
Well, I think the biggest impact is just awareness and starting that conversation. The lady came in, she did a demonstration with all of our student body and talked about how the dog actually works. They got to see the dog work. She hid some stuff in the gym and some book bags, and the dog was able to go find the stuff that she had hidden in the gym. But she has come back. She's went through the building. We've had her go through the building one time. And what it has done is a lot of the kids have come up to us because this dog is a little bit different than our normal dogs that come through with the police department. This dog can find pills, it can find alcohol, it also can find drugs, it also can find black powder. So we know we live in South Georgia, for instance, during hunting season next year, when she starts coming through next year. A lot of our kids obviously go out hunting in the morning times or on the weekends and things like that. So it's allowed us to open up another avenue of educating them on what you can have at school, what you can't have at school, and the dangers of having all these products. As most people know, pills are becoming a big issue across the country, and Wayne County is no different. So this dog will actually let us know when there's pills in the environment. A good example of that is we did have a hit in the parking lot this last time, and the hit that we had was a bottle of ibuprofen was in the car. It amazed me that that dog found a bottle of ibuprofen, and it was a bottle of like 100 count, and probably a third of them have been taken. So you're probably looking at 70 pills inside of a bottle. So the dog hit on that vehicle. We got the student out there, and the student was very honest. I don't have anything in my vehicle. Well, I may have a bottle of ibuprofen. And so, sure enough, we searched the vehicle, went through it, from one end to the other, and the only thing we found was a bottle of ibuprofen. So the dogs are very good. They're very sensitive, and they do a good job. But it's a new program. Again, it's a contract that our board has, and I want to thank our board for seeing the need and doing that. It's going to have that dog in our building and those people in our building on a routine basis, which, again, keeps the conversation going.
It's hard to believe that, junior, senior prom will be right around the corner, graduation's right around the corner. So when you think about junior, senior prom, you go right back to what you're talking about with the driving, texting and driving, things like that. Just want to make sure everybody has a safe junior, senior prom, and avoid alcohol and all those good things.
And that's the reason we waited to now. We wanted to get just before this prom graduation time frame to get this fresh on their minds. One of the unique things about the Arrive Alive is the kids get a little license, and on the license there's a little thing they can take their cell phone and click on, so on one of the codes. And when they do that, it'll actually update their phone with driving safety tips. It actually allows the parents to go in there, and somehow you put the VIN number of your vehicle in, it will actually shut the phone off on the vehicles in drive, where it becomes obsolete in terms of you can't make a phone call, you can't do anything with it. All you can do is call 911 or any program number, like an emergency number that the parent puts in there. So it's got some safety features built in that will last for a long time for the kids. But even with the drug dogs, with the Arrive Alive campaign, our whole goal was to start a line of communication with our students to keep them thinking about these choices that they're making and how they affect their life as young adults going on into adulthood.
Okay. Anything else we need to know about high school?
Hey, we're having a great year. Again, hopefully I'll be back in a month or so to get to talk about our CCRPI scores. They haven't come out yet. They're close. We hope the state's going to give them to us in the next couple of weeks. But our early indication is that we're going to have another great year in terms of our test scores and all of our scores from the state. So I'm very excited about that. Our staff's working hard. Students are doing great.
Explain what CC, they change it all the time. Now it's a CC. What is
CCRPI, what that is, several years ago, we all remember No Child Left Behind. The state went to the federal government and said that program's not working. We'd like to have a waiver. This is how we are graded now. All schools in the state of Georgia are graded on CCRPI. It stands for College and Career Readiness Index. And for a high school, it's basically anything from how they score as a ninth grader all the way up to 12th grade. It takes in attendance, test scores, the whole 9 yards. It runs the whole gamut of how we're preparing students to be ready for whatever their next great place is.
And they have a website at the board meeting. They mentioned their website. People can go on there. You can look at Wayne County comparing any school across the United States, right?
You can go to the Georgia Department of Education website. It's gadoe.gov, I believe is the website. Up at the top right, if you type in CCRPI, it'll bring you to their database. You can go down and compare Wayne County to every school in the state of Georgia, every high school. You can do our middle schools, our elementary schools. It will tell you everything that we've got going on in terms of what the school what data the state takes from the school and how we rank against every other school. So there's nothing to hide. It's right out there for everybody to look at.
So the good thing is our test scores continue to improve. Like I said, for several years ago, we were lacking in some areas, but a lot of schools have made strides. A lot of schools have been recognized as Title I schools statewide. So a lot of recognition to Wayne County. So hats off to students and the teachers and the administrators for putting emphasis on those test scores and making sure that they were capable or compatible with the state average.
We're at a point right now in Wayne County that, and I'm speaking for the high school, but this is true for our middle schools and elementaries, I do believe, but you can compare us against pretty much any school in the state, and we hold our own when it comes to test scores, graduation rates. The community of Wayne County should be proud of the effort and the response that our school system has put into this. And when I say the response, that's our teachers and our students. It takes, there's an old saying, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a full system to graduate a student, and that starts at pre-K all the way up. So our elementary schools are doing great, our middle schools are doing great, and the high schools benefiting from their hard work. And again, our high schools working hard, and the students in our communities benefiting from all of our hard work.
Well, brother, appreciate you coming in. It's always good to see you. Like I said, you're welcome anytime. Like I said, I'm sure we'll have you, like I said, before graduation, before junior, senior prom, all that good stuff. So,
absolutely.
Again, you're invited anytime you need to come.
Hey, I appreciate you. I think all y'all do. Y'all do a great job getting the word out for us, and I appreciate all that. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Bo Adams, principal of Wayne County High School, our special guest this morning. We got more special guests here in the studio. Stay tuned.
Join us at the 4th Annual Barbecue for a Cure, benefiting Wayne County's Relay for Life event. The team from Wayne Memorial Hospital will be selling Boston butts at $25 a piece or a slab of ribs for $20. Tickets are on sale until March 17th. Cash or check accepted. To secure your tickets today, call 912-530-3118. Buy your tickets for these delicious Boston butts and ribs by March 17th. Wayne Memorial Hospital. Caring for the community.
Did you hear the news? Jessup's local hotspot Sidetracks is having a karaoke contest. The contest begins March 24th and will continue every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Saturday at 7 p.m. The contest will last for 6 weeks. First prize is $500, second $250, and third $150. Come out to Sidetracks to pick up registration form and rules. There's no entry fee, and all applications have to be in by March 23rd before 4 p.m. So come bring your singing voices and have fun. See you soon at Sidetracks.
11 minutes after 8 o'clock, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, world famous Butch and Bob show for this Wednesday morning, 16th day of March. And Bob, more guests.
Taste of Wayne Day on Wednesday, leading up to the big event. And today, Mary Kay and Wayne's brought members of the Second Chance Band in the studios. This is fun. They're going to sing for us?
No.
Anyway, we got Jack Brinkle, Mark McGregor, Mike Hargrove, 2 members of the Second Chance Band. That's the entertainment, and that's the big highlight of the event, right, Mary Kay?
Yes, sir. We're excited to have our own hometown band. They're playing March 31st.
Mark, tell us more about the event.
Well, as you know, it's Wednesday. It's Taste of Wayne Day. It's March 31st at Coastal Pines Technical College, and if you're a member, it's $50 of the chamber, and if you're not a member, it's $75 per ticket. And again, I remind everyone to make sure they check their businesses or wherever they work to see if they're members of the chamber, because if you work for a business that's a member of the chamber, you also get the member pricing.
And the entertainment, you'll have live and silent auctions, is that correct?
Yes, sir, and we're very thankful for our presenting sponsors, Southeastern Gin and Peanut, and then our gold sponsors, Mahal Federal Credit Union, Bland Farms, and Camorras.
I think you said you had 14 restaurants, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You have those listed?
I do.
Go ahead.
The 14 restaurants are Angel's Fine Dining, BJ's Barbecue, Cafe Euro, Callie's Wraps and More, DD's Bakery, For the Love of Yogurt, Gooey's Pizza, James Seafood, Jessup Drive-In, Names, One Love Island and Soul Food, Sybil's, Watermelon Creek Vineyard, and Wayne Memorial Cafe.
And all those restaurants will be on hand, have food available.
Yes, sir.
You just go from one restaurant to the other, and just eat as much as you want.
And I want to remind everyone, we give you a card at the beginning to get every restaurant signed off on it, to make sure you went and visit everyone, and then you put it into a drawing, and at the end we draw out and we give out gift certificates, 2 gift certificates per restaurant.
Right, and there's several awards given out to the restaurants as well. Let's go over those. And there's also a People's Choice Award, is that correct?
Yes, sir. There's a People's Choice Award and a Judge's Award. And those 2 awards receive Georgia State shaped cutting blocks made out of wood with an engraving on them. And they actually get to keep those. But the other 3 awards are actually traveling awards that go around from restaurant to restaurant each year. And that's the Silver Spoon, which is a spoon that's mounted on a huge plate, and that's judged on appearance. Cutting Edge, which is judged on originality. And then the Best Bite, which is judged on taste, traveling each year.
Okay, and again, for tickets, where do they get tickets at?
You can call the chamber to buy the tickets, or you can go by the chamber and they have them for sale.
And once again, the date.
The date is March 31st.
Okay, and you got the entertainment with
Yes,
us.
sir. We're excited to have them here.
So let's talk to the band. Let's get the microphone, Mr. Jack Brinkley, one of the lead singers of the band. Jack, we call you the Mick Jagger of Wayne County. So
Is that because I've been singing this long or because I'm this old?
Yeah, a little bit both.
But you told me years ago that you got to sing with the Stones. Is that correct? Yeah.
Well,
Tell that story.
I went on stage.
And on stage with them.
You went on stage with them. Where was that and when?
Statesboro.
Way back then.
Way back. First, I believe that was the first public appearance other than television that they had made in the U.S., I believe, when they played at Statesboro.
Do you know the Stones are going to play a concert just a few days after President Obama leaves Cuba in a few days? Yeah,
I saw that.
big old concert down there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Free.
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 Years ago, people got arrested for listening to rock music. Now you bring in the Stones. Things changed, don't they?
Those music career and all that. But you've been with the King, talk to a little bit about your music career.
My music career?
Your music career. Don't have much time.
Digest version.
I started singing as long as I can remember. Started singing with groups when I was 15 years old. Started singing with some guys, and I've been doing it ever since.
Amazing.
Been with this band. How many years does Second Chance Band? Been
Second Chance Band,
How long?
this is our 12th year. isn't it?
12th year.
Well,
And when it started, so talk about that story. You guys just decided to tell us how the band got started. that story. 12 years ago.
Let's let them talk too.
That's
Because actually, Mark, we started singing with Wayne County Productions as a group. But Mark, he's been with them
we
longer than
would do that once a year, and that was a lot of work, a lot of practice, and it was a variety of music. But there's R&B and soul is what we really liked, and we all decided to form a band. Of course, it's not often you get to sing with your idol. Jack Brinkley's been my idol for about 50 years, and I've got to perform with him for 12 years, and what a thrill that's been for me. But all these guys just love music, and that's the reason we play. And we don't socialize all the time together, but I guarantee you when we get together and play, it's fun for all of us. And that's the reason for 12 years we've been playing. We've had a turnover of one member in 12 years.
amazing.
Well, two members, I'm sorry, 2 guitar players. And now we have a new player, Keith Stewart, who's a great addition to our band, and we're having a great time still. We still love the music, and that's the reason we play. And we love to play things in Jessup because we give back, and we like to do that.
And Mike Hargrave, you've been traveling all across. You don't play just in Wayne County. Tell us some of the places you played in the 12
We've
years.
been from Tampa up to Swanee, Georgia, over to Columbus. We've had a good time in all. Tampa's probably a memorable time because we got to play for Craig Woolard. And he sang with us. We did a 50-50 split night. We'd play for him, and then we would get to do our own stuff after that. And so we all had a good time, very enjoyable and very memorable.
And for those that may not know other members of the band, don't want to leave anybody out, so just mention the other members of the band.
In the band, we have Marion DeLoach on keyboards. We have Keith Stewart on guitar. We have Tony Brinkley on drums. We have Greg Archibald on bass. Jason Melton on trumpet. Myself on saxophone. And on the singers, we have Parker Mullis. We have Earl Bailey. We have Jake Brinkley. We have Mark McGregor. And we have Johnny Keith. And I want to mention our sound man, Randy Reynolds from Brunswick, from St. Simon's Island. He's just opened up a sound company down there and does some work. But without him, we wouldn't be sound near as good out front as we do.
And Jack, just recently you got to perform down there with the Empress. How was that? I was down there to see that at the Red Barn. How'd you enjoy that?
talking about this past.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Mark and I got out and
Both of y'all got to
put them down singing.
I told everybody I thought I was celebrities. Y'all walked in, everybody knew who you guys were. I was like, I'm walking around with big celebrities now. Hey, that's Second Chance Band right there. I said, yeah, it is. How's that feel when you go and get recognized now?
Well, it's nice.
It's-
I tell people that's kind of why we do it, for the adulation. I don't know of any other reason. Enjoy it.
Well, most people enjoy it. Like I said, it's been fun. You got the one CD. I keep telling people you need a second CD. Any thoughts of the second CD in the work?
We talk about it.
We've been talking about it, and like I said, Randy has opened a sound company, and we've talked to him some about recording a CD for us.
Yeah. I ask Mark all the time, how do y'all decide which songs you're going to do? I know you started, y'all have a lot of new songs in the repertoire now, so tell us who decides what song you're going to sing, who sings it? So you got 5 lead singers up there, so who gets to sing what songs?
Well, most time, the lead singer brings the song he wants to do. Of course, the band decides whether they want to do it or not, but we know our music and we know what we like, and we'll bring several songs, and Mike and them will download them for us, and we'll go listen to them and decide which ones we want to do, and it doesn't take the band but no time to pick out the songs. Of course, the hardest part is the singer learning and remembering the words, because when you get our age, it's kind of tough.
Yeah, all right. I understand.
I can take a song that I've been singing for 40 years and know the song perfectly, and sometimes I can step up there all blank. Nothing will come out.
Somebody just gives you those first few words, you can go right into it, right?
I look at Mark with that deer in the headlight look.
He mouths
Say the word.
That's my job.
Keep Jack on.
So I have to learn my songs and Jack's.
Now tell us what you're going to be doing there at the Taste of Wayne. What kind of music and how will you perform there with all the bidding going on, silent auction, live auction, all the other stuff? How will that work?
This is going to be a challenge for us because our music ranges from slow and soft to loud and fast. So we're working on looking at our songs and picking some slower songs to start the night off that we can keep the volume down a little bit and play a large part like that. And then toward the end of the night, we'll kick it up a little bit and get everybody a lot more involved.
All right. Have you given them any instructions on how the music's going to go, Mary Caitlin?
No, sir, leaving it really up to them. Actually, Pam Hightower is the chair over the music part.
Oh, family does, huh?
Yes,
Yeah, we
sir.
had her
So
yesterday.
thankful for her, and she's the one that actually got all of them here today for the interview and everything. So we're really just ready for a great surprise to see what all we get to play. We'll actually do the live auction though at around 9.
About 9 for live
9:30,
auction.
yes.
Okay. 9:30 for live auction. They'll take a little break there while you're doing that. Give them a chance.
How long do you think the live auction will last?
We do 10 live auction items.
Live auction.
Mhm.
Some of those listed.
I do. There, again, we have the green egg donated by Armstrong Family Dentistry. Watermelon Creek always does a great dinner that's donated for 6, a taste of Tuscany. The Rainier is giving us a kayak and paddle. Names also does a party for 10, and she'll go wherever and cater for that. Sheriff John Carter gives us a day training with the SRT, which is intense police training. And then George, this is a new one this year, George Hires with First Southern Bank, the whiting or biting, and it's a whiting fishing trip for 4 in the saltwater with a picnic, and that's going to be a great experience. And then we have another new one, which is the Omaha River Experience, and they have donated a canoe trip on the Omaha for 8 to 16, and then we're going to cater a meal at the end of it. And we have a lot of Fernandina trips on the live auction. The Jacksonville Suns has donated 4 tickets with the first pitch. We have Braves tickets donated. We have McGladrey golf tickets. We have a lot of golf tickets donated. There's a bunch of gift certificates. And again, this year we're going to try to do some gift baskets and combine things. So then you have a bigger chance of winning more things in one. So we're very excited. We're very thankful for all the businesses that donate and that have sponsored the event.
Always a fun event. The date again?
It's March 31st, and it's at Coastal Pines Technical College. And remember, it's dressy casual dress. And the theme is a taste around Wayne.
Okay, sounds good. And you'll be in again next Wednesday with some more guests. Is that
Yes,
correct?
sir. It'll be me again. I'll be back every Wednesday.
Well, I'm glad you brought the band in.
I know, I'm glad because I know y'all are tired of hearing my voice.
No, you said that.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to come back and talk about after we taste the Wayne's over.
I kind of like you because you're like me. You don't wake up till 10 o'clock. You go,
Oh, it's a struggle, Buzz.
It's a struggle.
All right. Mark, y'all excited about playing then, right?
We are excited. I want to take this time to wish my buddy happy birthday tomorrow, Jack Brinkley's birthday.
Jack having a birthday tomorrow.
It's come every year.
Yeah, I know, every year. All right, well, happy birthday, Jack.
Whitewash it with St. Patrick's Day. So.
That's right. Tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. Okay. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in this morning. Mary Caitlin, we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday
Yes,
with more
sir.
folks here on Taste of Wayne. Mike?
Butch, I'd like, there's one person we forgot, and I don't need to forget her more than anything. That's my wife, Michelle. She does all our booking right now.
Oh, okay.
We all take her for granted a lot of times in the band, but she's always there. She does all the calling and the contacting and the negotiating and getting everything done. And when we're slow, we fuss at her. But when we're busy, we don't tell her thank you near enough. So I do want to mention my wife because she's the one that keeps us going.
And her name?
Michelle Hargrove.
Okay. All right. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
All right. You want to come back or you want to go with her? It's 8:25. Okay. We'll be back more of the world famous Butch and Bob show in 30 seconds.
Hi, this is Tom with Almost Everything. Come check out our ever-changing inventory at 167 Southeast Broad Street. We are the area's largest estate buyer. From Tupperware to Tiffany's, we have it at Almost Everything. Don't pay retail prices. Come see us and save. We're open Friday and Saturday from 8 till 5, Sunday from noon till 4. We scour the country for furniture, antiques, and stuff. You never know what'll show up in Almost Everything. 167 Southeast Broad Street at the Old Furniture Showroom. Come see us this weekend.
825, 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. We do have a text message here on something coming up this weekend, Bob. It's called, it's Ducks Unlimited Banquet. Ducks Unlimited Banquet will be held this Saturday night at 6 p.m. at Sybil's. This Saturday night at 6 p.m. the Ducks Unlimited Banquet. Only 10 tickets left. Only 10 tickets left at $100 per ticket. Ticket includes all-you-can-eat seafood, prime rib, quail buffet, and no tickets sold to the door. Deadline to buy is Thursday, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Call 912-294-0323, 294-0323 to purchase. Again, only 10 tickets left for Saturday night's banquet for Ducks Unlimited at Sybil's. All right. Well, Bob, there's a very important meeting going on tonight here in Jessup.
Everyone's invited to Coastal Pines Technical College, 7 to 9 p.m. Again, if you can't make it, we'll have the full report for you tomorrow. But again, the way we understand the format is that when you get there, if you want to make a comment or ask a question, there will be a place to sign up. First come, first serve. So get there early, sign up on the sheet. Kevin Copeland, the chairman of the commission, will give the welcome. The Carl Vinson Institute of Georgia has a moderator who's going to run the meeting. Corps of Engineers will be first on the agenda. They'll give their presentation. Then Republic Services will make their presentation, and then they'll open up the question and answer period. So it's expected to last 2 hours. They're expecting a big crowd, but everyone's invited, and they just ask it to be orderly and respectful to everybody who wants to speak and talk. So again, they had been through this before with DuPont hearing. It went extremely well. So I'm sure tonight's will go well also. Again, a lot of information will be presented, and again, hopefully people can come and hear both sides of the issue and hear what people have to say. So,
yep, come tonight and get the facts. Whether you're pro or con, come get the facts.
But again, everyone's invited. I do want to ask if Edna Williamson's out there. We have not gotten any information on the Dogwood Festival. So if she's out there,
Edna Williamson, we need you here.
We need some information. I have no information on the Dogwood Festival. So
mail to us, email to us, smoke signals. We haven't seen anything. It's this
but
weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
We've not received any information at all.
So we'll be there broadcasting live, and Edna would love to have you on or send us the information.
Bob show's open tomorrow. I'd love to have you come in and talk about the Dogwood Festival. So
Edna Williamson, we do have an opening tomorrow. We'd love to have you on tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock for the world famous Butch and Bob show. Edna, give us a call at 427-3711 after 9.
Sound APV4. Please come. Please tell us about the Dogwood Festival this weekend.
So we do want to emphasize tonight that if you are going to ask a question, you'll have to fill out a form in advance on the subject. You don't have to give the exact question, but the subject that you're going to be asking a question on. They're going to try to separate the questions in terms of making sure that, the same 5 questions are not asked over and over and over again. And so that meeting tonight, once again, is in the auditorium, not the Polytech Center, but we understand it's the auditorium. Begins at what time again?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock tonight on the coal ash situation and the Broadhurst environmental situation out there. And so Bob will have a complete report for you tomorrow and Friday. Okay. Anything else, Bob?
We'll have more from our interview with Kevin Johnson. Also, we'll have on Friday the reason he was terminated from the Sheriff's Department. We've got an open records request and should have that information by Friday. So, again, we'll have all that information on Friday.
Okay. Well, it's amazing how many folks did not have opposition this year in their running for office.
They're glad.
They're glad. I'm sure they are.
They're celebrating St. Patrick's Day. I can promise.
And that's tomorrow, Bob. Can you believe that? St. Patty's Day tomorrow.
Hard to believe.
Big parade up in Savannah. All right, Bob. Have a good day. All right, the world famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear.